Hello all. Today's topic we are going to discuss is biasing of BJT. So basically, biasing of transistor is the purpose of biasing is to keep the transistor in stability condition or in the operating condition. As we all know that the transistor should operate in active region for faithful amplification purpose. So we are going to discuss in detail one by one. These are the listed methods: fixed bias, emitter bias, voltage divider bias, collector feedback bias, and emitter follower configuration. All these 5 methods we are going to discuss one by one. The very first method is fixed bias configuration. This is very simplest method. You can see the configuration, the circuit diagram. Only two resistors are connected here, RB and RC. RB, the name is given because it is connected to the base circuit of BJT. This is your BJT base, collector, emitter. So base pe this resistance is connected called RB. RC is connected to the collector. You can see these two capacitors are there, C1 and C2, and this is the AC input signal which is to be amplified. Okay, here we are taking the output, that is the amplified output voltage. So basically this is VCC DC supply which is provided for biasing of this transistor. That means to ensure that this transistor should be in the operating region, that is in the active region. Okay. So we all know that there are three modes of operation of transistor. One is in saturation region, cutoff region, and the third one is active region. So amplification ke liye we need the transistor to work in active region. So here this is the input signal which is to be amplified, fed through the capacitor C1. Why why C1 is connected here? So we know that capacitor blocks DC. So this is for this purpose. It will block the DC. It will not allow the DC supply. We are giving it this transistor circuit for biasing purpose, and it should not be allowed in the AC circuit. Similarly here, DC should, we want only this input signal to be amplified at the output. So DC should not enter here at the output circuit. So here these two are called the coupling capacitors C1 and C2. Their purpose is to block DC to enter in the AC circuit, right. We all know that XC, that is the capacitive reactance, is equals to 1 upon 2 pi FC, and the frequency of this DC is equals to 0. The frequency is 0, Xc will be equal to infinite. So that's why it is blocking the DC. Okay. So now this is the complete amplifier circuit, common emitter amplifier with fixed bias circuit. Okay. So now we are interested in DC analysis of this particular circuit, this fixed bias configuration. So here we can see the DC equivalent circuit. So as we have seen that capacitors behaves as open circuit for DC. So when we are doing DC analysis, we are drawing DC equivalent circuit, then these capacitors are open circuited. So when these capacitors are open circuited, this circuit will become like this. Okay. So this is called DC equivalent circuit of this particular circuit. Okay. So now we can redraw the circuit as follows for our convenience. So we can see here, this is VCC, RB, emitter is connected to ground, VCC, RC, the emitter is connected to ground. All the voltages VBE, VCE are marked. Now in these circuits we can see two loops are there. This is one loop, this is called base to emitter loop, and this is the other loop, collector to emitter loop. This is the collector and emitter, the collector to emitter loop. So in the first KVL loop, base to emitter loop, we can write the KVL equation like this: VCC minus IBRB. Why minus? Because we are moving in the direction of current. So VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equals to 0. VCC minus IBRB minus VBE equals to 0. This can be rewritten for IB. IB is equals to VCC minus VBE upon RB. Similarly, we can write the KVL equation for this loop, collector to emitter loop. So writing going in clockwise direction, sorry. So we can write VCE minus ICRC. Okay. Then minus VCC, sorry, plus ICRC. VCE moving in positive direction, and this is plus ICRC minus VCC. So this is, we got the equation for VCE is equals to VCC minus ICRC. We can also derive the following important conclusions from the circuit. We all know that VCE, double subscript, can be written as VCE, VC minus VE. But in the given circuit, that is the fixed bias circuit, the emitter circuit is grounded. So we can say that VE is equals to 0, right? VE is equals to 0. Therefore, VCE is equals to VC minus 0, that is VC. Similarly, VB is equals to 0.7 volts for active region. Base to emitter junction is forward bias. Therefore, VB equals to 0.7 volts. So VB minus VE is equals to VB, which is equals to 0.7 volts. So these are few important conclusions we can derive. Now come to load line analysis of this fixed bias circuit. So this is the actually graphical way of doing the DC analysis, we can say. So this is your fixed bias circuit. From the DC analysis which we have done previously, we can conclude these following conclusions. IB is equals to VCC minus VBE upon RB. So here we can see we already derived from the above DC analysis for IB. We can rewrite the equation for IB in such fashion. You can see, right? So if we relate this equation, this is IB, that is the input current, this is VBE, that is the input voltage. And so if you remember, we plotted this input characteristic of transistor between IB, the input current, and the input voltage VBE, right? This is input characteristic of the transistor. So if we rewrite this for IB, and if we compare this equation with the equation of line, that is y is equals to mx plus c, we can see this y-axis is IB, so y is IB, x-axis is VBE, x is VBE, and this m is nothing but the slope of the equation, slope of the line. So this slope you can compare, this is equals to minus 1 upon RB, that is the negative slope. Minus sign indicates the negative slope, and this is equals to C, the constant. Now you can see this load line is plotted for the extreme conditions. The extreme conditions we got from the same equation with keeping IB equals to 0 and VB equals to 0 correspondingly. So here we can get it by IB equals to 0. So in this equation, if we put IB equals to 0, we will get VBE equals to VCC. Okay. Similarly, here also we can get VB, keeping VB equals to 0. This is VB equals to 0 condition. So VB equals to 0 rakha, so IB equals to, we got VCC upon RB. Okay. So similarly, we can plot the load line. This is called the input load line, and from intersection of these two lines, the load line and the curve, we can get the Q point, which will give you IBQ. Also, we can get IBQ from this expression mathematically. This is we can get from load line analysis. Similarly, we can do it for output circuit. The load line analysis, we can do it for output circuit. This is the collector emitter loop equation which we obtained in the previous discussion. VC is equals to VCC minus ICRC. If we rewrite the equation for IC, so we can get IC is equals to minus 1 upon RC VCE plus VCC upon RC. Again we can compare this with y is equals to mx plus c equation, and we can see m is equals to minus 1 upon RC, that is the negative slope again. So now we will plot the output characteristic. Output characteristic is plotted between the output current IC and the output voltage VCE. Okay. So IC is in milliamperes and VC is in volts. So we can plot this. This is for various values of IB, output characteristic. And again we can plot the load line. Load line हमने कैसे किया? We got the load line with the extreme conditions again. So here we can see the point 1. So in this equation, the same equation I am writing here in this fashion. So IC is equals to VCC upon RC minus VCE upon RC. When we put IC is equals to 0, we will get VCE is equals to VCC. That is the point 1 on the load line, the extreme point. And when we put VCE is equals to 0, VCE is equals to wali situation is this, then we will get IC in this equation. If we put VCE is equals to 0, then we will get IC is equals to VCC upon RC. This is the second point we got. So, by joining these two points 1 and 2, we will get the load line, the output load line. When this load line intersects the particular value of IBQ, then we will get the ICQ and VCEQ. This is called the load line analysis of the fixed bias configuration. Similarly, load line analysis we can do for all the configurations. We will see in the next topic. Thank you.